welcome back. Today we got something a little bit different. A skating school for youngsters 5, 6, 7, and 8 years of age. And you know what we're going to do? Before this show's over, we're going to shoot down that theory about weak ankles. That is a lot of rot. No such thing as weak ankles. Weak parents, bad skates, no support, no steel in the blade. That's right. But weak ankles, any kid that can walk can skate and skate well.
Let's look at some normal problems. Scott in the yellow helmet just has very bad skates, and Ranjan wearing the red helmet has good skates, but they're way too big. And Gordy in white, oh my. For months I've watched him go over on the outside edge of both skates, and that takes some doing. And gee, it's hard to cure. You know, it's a wonder he hasn't broken every bone in his body. These boys and girls have struggled like this all winter long and haven't improved one bit. You could give them ankle strengthening exercises 7 days a week year-round, and they wouldn't skate any better. All these boys and girls can learn to skate. Give them boots that fit with built-in support and watch them go. Little Gordy here will never skate like a Howe, but at age 9 or 10 he could make the team and have a ball, and really, isn't that what minor hockey's all about?
Man, Scott's main problem is the fact that the skates are a fairly good fit, but there's just no support in that counter area. This is the one area where a youngster has to have support. I'll make you a deal. If I give you a new pair of skates, can I cut these up?
You sure can.
I sure can? Okay, now look. Let's just take this knife. We'll open it up. Now watch, Scott. Just cut that right around there, around the counter. Cut that along. Oops, don't slip me, son. You'll lose your wrist. There we are. Now let's see if we can open that up. Here, look. Now look what they have in the counter. Look, that's cardboard. Hey? There's no way that that's going to support his weight. Look, it'll practically tear, see? Look. Now, I'll tell you what we'll do, Scott. We'll give you a pair of skates that are a size smaller than the ones you had. Holy jumping, what have you done? 2 pair of socks? Never 2 pair of socks. 1 pair of socks that fit. If there is support in the skate and you put 2 pair of socks in, you take support away. 1 is adequate. He'll never get cold feet if you lace them up properly.
Not even in the winter.
Not even in the winter, 20 below. As long as they're laced up properly, then if they're laced properly, not tight here. If you put them tight through there, you cut off the flow of blood, and then you get cold feet. But if you lace them loose through here and tight at the top, you'll never get cold feet. Never. Okay? Now, let's put these on you, and away you go.
Weak ankles? Aw, come on. Just another pair of skates with no support. Not fit for man nor beast. Now watch the left skate blade of this young miss. It slips and down she goes. Now the right skate. Look at the counter breakdown and it's more of the same. Scott can do the 2-foot shuffle, but there's no way he can get one skate blade off the ice without falling. This little fella deserves a medal for staying with it all winter long. Know what? At the end of the 8 hours of skating drills, most parents agreed that Scott had improved the most. Yes, girls have problems too. All curable problems.
Keeping, there's just a combination of just about every problem in the book with this skate, really. First of all, just there's no support at all. I think see the loose leather in the ankle area? It's way too big. Secondly, that type of blade just won't hold an edge, and on good, keen ice, Scott won't be able to stand up. But again, the lace that you should do up is right to the top. If you only do 2 laces up or 2 eyelets up, it should be the 2 at the top.
Just one glance at this youngster and you had to stop, shake your head, and take that second look. The poor fitting skates couldn't hide a lot of natural talent, believe it or not. You know, he's got good potential. He starts with the right posture. He has automatically adapted the proper skating position. Bent knees, head and shoulders back. He has the #1 ingredient needed to develop power. Look at that working leg. It returns to the ice right underneath him. But just navigating in those oversized shoe boxes takes all his thoughts. Way to hit him, Ranjan. This is the same day, just 15 minutes later, with a new pair of skates, built-in support. Skates are a little large, but look at the difference. He doesn't go over on his ankles. Now the youngster is teachable. Look at him go. And this is a week later, but with only the top 3 eyelets of the boot laced up and tied. Ranjan, like the others, had 8 hours of simple skating drills. And look how we've strengthened his ankles. This youngster, heck, any boy or girl doesn't have weak ankles, just poorly informed parents and bad skates. Ranjan now has a newfound confidence on skates, and the sky's the limit. On this turn, look at his posture. Knees bent, head and shoulders back. Now watch him turn the toe out. Look at the length of his stride. Look how long he can stay on one skate, and where the returning skate hits the ice, almost directly under him. Hey, not every boy is as easy to get ready for progress as Ranjan. And now it's back to the drawing board with young Scott, who's having his problems. And here comes Gordy heading for the gullies on the outside edge of both skates, and that in itself takes some doing. Hang on there, kid. Scott is really walking or shuffling on the inside soles of his skate boot. Tough to do. And here he is, same day with new skates. Still over on his ankles a wee bit, but look, he is now skating, lifting one leg clear of the ice. His posture has improved. He's relaxed and bending his knees. Scott's on his way. Look at him smile. This is young Phil Beckett, and you just won't believe this. On the first day, he's in the red sweater. He looked like a newly born colt, very, very weak and wobbly on his feet. But this boy is blessed with an abundance of skating talent. It took us a couple of days to get skates that fitted, but when we did, now look at him go in that yellow jersey. Ever see such grace and rhythm? Isn't that something? But you haven't seen anything yet. Here's the little peanut after 8 hours of skating drills, and with only the top 3 eyelets laced up. When I saw this performance, we moved young Phil to the B squad. As you'll notice in future programs, we had trouble finding socks and a jersey small enough for Phil. But with his enthusiasm and talent, the equipment, if it's a little too big, what odds? Isn't he something else? Look at him go. Next is Rick Babstock giving the youngsters some of the simple skating drills that we start them with. But first, you gotta give them skates that fit.
Come on, Philip. Sit down. That's it. Sit down, Randy. Down lower. Close your legs, Ranyan. Close your legs. Atta boy. Your knees. Get down like that. Slow down. Sit down at the blue line. Atta boy, Philip. That's it. You couldn't do it yesterday. Could you? Atta boy, Ranyan. Get down lower. Down low. Get your bum down lower. Atta boy, Randy. Atta boy. Come on. Sit down. Down lower. Down lower. Atta girl. We can do it now.
Jumping the pylons is a great balance drill. It forces a skater into the right posture, with knees slightly bent, head and shoulders back, with most of the body weight evenly distributed in the middle portion of the skate blade. If your head and shoulders are too far forward, your toes dig in and down you go. If they're too far back, you lose your balance, and then down again you go. Unless you're wearing a pillow, man, that's smart. This young miss has a newfound confidence because her skates are doing the job they're supposed to do. Up and over, one more time, come on. Look at this, head and shoulders back, knees bent, lands on both feet.
Quite a difference, eh? Now the youngsters are all teachable. And next week, Here's what we're going to show you. Just take a look at this.
Watch Terry develop power going from blue line to blue line. Observe the full extension of the driving leg, how he turns his toe out for more purchaser grip. Shoulder over the knee over the ball of the foot for balance. Just beautiful. Now from another angle. Look at the snowfly at the end of the stride. That's power. All made possible because the skate on the ice is directly underneath him. Yep, you guessed it. Next week we talk balance on skates.
That's our show for this week. I enjoyed it. We just didn't have enough time. See you next week. Say goodbye, fellas. Bye.